So it's an honor really to be a part of this history that Maxis has done for so many Filipino families, thousands of Filipino families. It's an icon. So if you guys have any questions about the fiesta that we've prepared, yes sir, let me go to you.
Hello, I'm Ted Claudio from WhatsApp.ph. First, congratulations for your 80th anniversary. So my question is actually for you, Paolo. Like, it's been 80 years. It's been actually an institution. I remember when I was still a child, we used to go to Maxis already, and I'm already 63 years old. So that long, it's a legacy. So for the future generations and the young ones, so what are the plans of Maxis to cater to the younger generation, especially now they are so exposed to the different type of cuisine, international cuisines?
Yeah, great question. It's perfect to ask this because I also lead innovations for Maxis, and we've done a few things. We partnered with younger brands like the likes of Yardstick Coffee. They're a third wave coffee brand that's only has 3 branches, and we've kind of injected them into the Maxis dining sequence because Jim and I both thought, imagine having really good coffee after a Maxis meal. This is what the Maxis experience is, and this connects and communicates to the younger generation. So there's activations like Yardstick, we have it in a few of our stores. We also have Ruby's Lounge that we opened last year. We believe that this is something that also talks to the younger generation. There's so many, maybe also the storytelling and Instagram. We like to tell the story of Maxis, the heritage, the nostalgia. For us, that is the future. I think being able to innovate, but respecting the heritage, that's innovation. So the small things, the details.
I always say, so I'm in charge of, so I'm third generation in the industry, and I'm in charge of our design and engineering, and marketing and brand. So part of my role is to renovate the older stores. And I renovated, say, E. Rodriguez, Manawe, I think it was Quezon Avenue at that time, those 3 stores. And when I got there, I was surprised that the restaurant was full, but the restaurant was also not at its best. So it looked very old. When I entered there, actually nahiya ako na kumakain ko sila doon. Pero yung Max na naalala nila isn't what it should be. And that was our work. That's on me. And I think when you're renovating it with those lens, and you see, what ang dami dito naka-wheelchair or may crutches. And you're thinking about what they chose to eat in Max. And when they chose to eat in Max, the brand promise needs to give them what they first experienced when they first ate in Max. So we take care of our loyal customers. And we make sure that the fried chicken tastes like the fried chicken that our loyal customers. And that's how the values that the younger people will see is how we can also move this brand forward. The brand doesn't necessarily need to be the newest. Sometimes you want to go to what is the most comfortable. Kung saan ka, kung yung dati, every time that you go, it's there. The servers are there, the food tastes the same. That's what Max is. Max is really about being part of the community. It grew, became a number of stores. Pero admittedly, nawala rin yung charm. And sometimes in our lens, it's not always about community. And after COVID, and when we were fixing Max Calpason, the lens now is all about community. It's all about how do we move this brand forward and we're sustainable. And those words are sometimes the big words that you see in the meeting, but it's in the little decisions that we do every day that ground ourselves
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
President.
Mr. Lloyd. Thank you very much. Any other questions here? Sir, over here.
Hi, good morning. I'm Coffee Manalo from Canada, I'm security. Max Restaurant is always been a family restaurant, but I noticed in this branch you have introduced several innovations, like you have the Ruby Bar, so now you're now targeting a different market segment there, the bar goers, especially those who just want to have idle time while we're waiting out the traffic. And then there's also a video the address. Will these innovations be introduced in other Max's branches? And is Max trying to reinvent its brand? You're now targeting new market segments, or is this part of like what you said? You want to maintain the legacy brand, but while at the same time introducing new innovation. So walk us through the concept behind this introduction of innovations. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe one about bio-pieces there. So we were renovating Scout Blossom after COVID. And after COVID, Scout Blossom, of all the branches that Max's has, was the most painful to see because we lost functions. So we couldn't even use some areas because the ceiling has caved in, or the anay took over the ceiling, and there's so much work. So, and we also needed to fix the kitchen, which hasn't been fixed also in many, many years. Which meant that you had to close. So we made a decision after COVID to build the brand properly and to honor that Max's Scout Blossom is the only heritage store of Max. This is the only place that you will see Philippine brand still here from where it was founded, in the middle of Scout Blossom. So that was the awareness, like, wow, this is really special. So when we're renovating, so when you enter the main door, everything to the right is brand new, including the kitchen. The bathrooms are brand new. The baking area is also new. And included there is a little space of rubies, which we call rubies now. But at that time, I asked, I think, one of the construction people, where do we sign the reservation agreements? So they look, the young couples, they look, oh, I want to have my function here. Kasi weddings or the baptism, when you sign, where does that happen? But they said, dito lang sa dining table. I said, sayang naman. I think we should be able to treat the people that are booking in a special place. Because really what we're saying is, trust us, I got you covered. And where will that happen? And the architects, Sarah Canas, have said, you know, there's no place where you honor the legacy of Ruby Trota. The feminine side of the brand is not given the proper space. So we said, perfect, let's have it here in Ruby's. Whenever you book a reservation agreement, they should be giving you fresh ensaymada or coffee as you sign. So that's what we wanted, that space to become. And then eventually we said, you know, sayang the opportunity at night where we could make it a full low bar because Maximo and used to host. And he enjoyed a little drink at night. So in the provenance and in the story of Max, there really was a bar. So that's what we brought up. It's not to compete to the many bars that there is Quezon City. Actually, what we want to do is maybe there's a bar drop in Ruby's at some point. Because it's in these things that Max has never done anything like this before. But doing it, not just for the customers, but for ourselves. We're learning so much about ourselves, the fact that we're doing something new. And I think every day, if that's the mindset, then to keep relevant to a younger market, I have to listen to, you know, younger artists there. I have to look at what's happening on TikTok and Instagram. I enjoy it, so on. So yeah. Paolo was the one who really spearheaded Ruby's.
Sorry. me at least, with the help of the mentorship of Jim, Ruby's also became kind of something the feminine side. It's a story more than it is a space. We're trying to tell the story of Ruby Chota, hosting reservation agreements. If you go to Ruby's lounge, there's actually a photo of her greeting someone in, and she's kind of making herself like, hello, this is my house, welcome. That alone is the feeling of Max. And that, for me, I think, speaks to the younger markets. That's what they want to see. On top of product innovation, on top of pure innovation, I think storytelling in itself is innovation. And to have it here in the first Maxis 1945, in the heart of our store, is strong. So, super proud of that concept. And thank you for the question. Very lovely question. Thank you.
Mr. Jacket.
Yeah, I love the jacket. Sir, for the nostalgia, if you can bring back 2 items from the original menu, what would it be?
What would it be?
Or is there any original product from the original menu that you'd like to bring up back?
Yeah. So if you look at our menu in all of the restaurants on it says whole chicken 5 pesos. So that's one. Number 2, my lola used to say, whoever comes to Max, kailangan pagalisin na dito, may student. I thought about that. And the Max that my mom enjoyed is not the Max that it is today. Because Max was just like, they had maybe 1 or 2 stores. It was not through a mall. It was in South Plaza at the time, in Ross Boulevard, Boulevard. So we said, what if we merge all of that together? How do we celebrate the the birthday of Max, of Lola, and not have like one show, and everyone just comes and then the next day people forget about it? How can we bring that experience, the experience of the second generation, even the first generation, to the younger people now? And so that's kind of what's going to happen on Saturday, where the chicken goes back to 5 pesos. Hindi naman whole, half naman. Half and it's either 2 rolls or rice and a drink. But you have to come to Scout Blossom to enjoy it.
Only here.
Only here. What time?
Pila na daw siya.
Pila na. Magkakapila sa
11 a.m. 11 until 6 p.m.
And then, oh wow.
Yeah, it's special. I think we've never done anything like that before. So also to us it's new. But somebody asked me in the group kanina if we're prepared, and I'd like to say we're prepared already now, but we're getting more prepared as the day comes. Yeah.
Congratulations on that. And sir, I'd like to commend you doon sa museum. Ang ganda ng presentation and yung pag-curate. I'm just curious, is it permanent and are you going to put more nostalgic items?
Yeah. I think so. The question also kanina is how do we keep relevant to the younger community, to the younger market? That museum is curated and sort of designed by Annika C. and Jessica and Brian, really much younger than me. Those are 2. But still younger.
Younger than me. I think that's strong, right? Working with the younger market.
Yeah, so that's
artists.
I think that's key. It's more a mindset that Maxis is taking on now to be relevant. So by working with younger people, it keeps Max young. And the museum was supposed to be for the 18th celebration only. And then we said, okay, maybe from October to December. But all the work that was put into the museum, parang sabi namin maybe at least 6 months. And then my mom came yesterday, or the day before, and then she said that you have to keep that museum. That museum has to stay. And I think in all the Maxes, that's the one place that can house a museum. And yes, we will put more archival things. And to the press, if you can also let it out there, whoever has memorabilia of Max and would want to donate or safety here in the Max Museum, more than welcome, please. Because I think it's not just, it's the families, and I think it's for all, Filipinos and the world to see that there's a brand like this that exists proudly today. So I'm happy with the museum also. Thank you.
Follow-up question on the 5 pesos chicken. May I ask, the concept behind that is you want to honor your 80th birthday by commemorating the origin of Max. But in 1945, when you opened, you sold one whole chicken for 6 pesos. But of course, you're offering it at 5 pesos half, but with side dishes. So why not go back to the retail price of 6 pesos? Just curious.
You got make it 1 peso more for everybody on Saturday. I think I think in the menu it says 5, but I think maybe the price increase na sila sa 6. But I think the point is we'll bring it down to a price that is you don't see anywhere anymore.
I noticed that it's your mission to make Max both high quality and affordable. But what has been the toughest challenges or most rewarding milestones over the years?
One of the toughest.
Yeah.
It's tough every
Kasi ang
day.
hirap sa kitchen or sa restaurant.
Yes, it's quite the work. The job that we both have is a lot, and there's so many people that are doing so much work behind the scenes that are equally hard. And you have our suppliers also overworking. I think the point is Max wouldn't be where it is now without being able to overcome challenges. How many presidents has Max's as a brand gone through people's power, and when Americans left, Max had to close because there was no customers. During the coup, Max Greenbelt had gunfire on its walls because they were shooting. So many adversities, but I guess it's alive in all of us. The Filipino spirit to persevere is really great. And we just push on. So many ways to look at the problem. Either go through it, along it, but it's have to go.
And how about the celebrations? Like, parang biggest
The
amount of
celebration? Well, there's 1996 we went franchising. So that was a 4-year decision between the second generation whether to go franchising. And that simple decision was I can enter Max's, my mom's Max, you can enter and leave without having to pay, because obviously she owns it. But the moment you franchise, that branch is owned by somebody else outside of the family. So there was also learnings on how to deal with that relationship. And franchising at the end of the day is a relationship thing. You really have to make sure that you're sitting on the same side of the bench.
Even going to the US, that was also a celebration and a challenge. We wanted to cater to OFWs that were based in LA. That was the first. San Francisco and then LA. And now I think we have 28 branches outside of the Philippines, globally, in the Middle East and in North America, Canada, and the US. So there have been challenges for sure, and I'm much younger. I'm quite relatively new to the brand. Working with the brand, but I've known the brand my whole life. There's been so much celebrations. 60th, 75th, 70th, all huge celebrations. I think the ATF kind of culminating because now to be able to lead this project and to lead the ATF, it says something about the new generations coming in the family.
With Gary and the 50th, where questions from this side of the room?
Big from the Boss Journal. So, sir, what do we expect more this 8 p.m.?
Where? Dito sa Scout? Or in the
Especially here.
Di pa namin yan pinagmimitingan. We're busy doing obviously this whole celebration. But I think it's, well for me personally, with all the work that has happened in this particular store, and to the vision of what it was also to make it feel like a park, like an oasis. That you're not expecting to have something like this in the middle of the scouts. I think we can activate it more. So like on weekends there could be live music playing, just pockets of ideas of community where we could feature like Tahanan Potteries behind us. We can also collaborate with them. I think the mindset for us now is just a little more open about having this space, a shared space for many, not just to come here to eat. Yeah.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions here?
Yeah, I'm Leia from Philippines Graphic. In 1995, you have 34 restaurants here in the Philippines. Come 2025, how many restaurants now?
I always get asked that question, and honestly, I don't remember that. I have to refer to someone that
I do. We have over 160 stores now, with 49% being franchised and 51% being family. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
160?
160,
Yeah, that's
yes.
Max. Under the Max Group,
So,
there's
sorry, it's just in the
In the
Philippines.
Philippines.
Yeah.
And in
Globally,
international, going?
we have the 28. So we're looking at around 190 total.
yeah, so that's the Max, and then there's Pancake House, and Krispy Kreme, and Jamba Juice, and Yellow Cab, under the Max's Group. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
But to make next point, I think there's so much to enjoy today. So I just want to thank you again for coming and for all the questions. You enjoyed it. There's so many activations. There's the Max's Museum, Birthday Cake Room, Ruby's Lounge, all the food stations, classic Max food. And of course, there's the Maximo Dining Hall where we're having our buffet. So it's all, well, yeah, it's all good. It's 12 o'clock.